Hi, Aldi here. Decided today to answer some of the questions from Mr. Hall of Fame's last thread that he posted on November 24th. 5 songs that tell a good story. I have to go a little bit in the French part of my collection. Gilbert Bécaud, a big monument in French music. He, for those who don't know who he is, he wrote What Now My Love. He wrote a song called Monsieur le Président Directeur Général et le Lapin, Mr. the President and the Rabbit. And it's a swinging rock and roll beat, but it's a very sad cartoony story. It's really unique, and the song is it's done from the point of view of the rabbit, who's being hunted down by this hunter, and he pleads the hunter to spare his life, and at the end of the song he dies. It's really unique, and it's a big mixture of different feelings. It's sad. You can almost see a cartoon going on the screen of your mind when you listen to the song. The contrast between the sadness of the bunny about to die and the music, the upbeat music, and the gunshot at the end is really unique. There's also a comedy singer in the 60s in Quebec, Jacques Desrosiers. Think a little bit of a poor man's Weird Al Yankovic. That was before he made it big in the 70s with his character Patoff, a clown. Think of Crest the Clown. Anyway, in the 60s he did a lot of remakes and weird songs and funny songs, and there's a song called La Machine à Laver, and it tells a story of a guy who borrows soap from his neighbor and tries to do some laundry and get caught inside his washing machine. And throughout the song he does all these sounds of almost drowning into his machine, and at the end he realizes his clothing is wider than his neighbor's clothing. It's really silly, but it's a good song. A twist from 1963. That one you can find. I'll write the title and the name of the singer. Somebody uploaded it today. That's why it reminded me of this song. Then there's one of my favorite singers that I've mentioned before, Jacques Desrosiers. He did some remakes of songs in English he did in French. I'll mention 2 of them. One is Les plus belles années de ma vie, which is the French version of Kevin Johnson's song Rock and Roll, I Give You the Best Years of My Life. Not sure what the lyrics tell in English, but the French version tells a story of his career, but it's not his real career. It's a made-up career for the song, where he learned to play guitar and went through places to places and started making it big, but then nobody wanted to buy his records and he had to sell his guitar. It's really sad at the end. Another song by Jacques Desrosiers called Un garçon nommé Suzy, which is the French version of Johnny Cash's song A Boy Named Sue. Also a good song about a dad who knew he would not be there to see his kid grow, so he gave his son the name Susie, so he would have to fight and learn to defend himself because people would make fun of him, so it would help him build character. Sorry for my English today, I'm kind of tired, so I tend to have a hard time speaking in English when my head is tired. And then the Andrews Sisters, which by the way is my favorite band. It's a trio, but I collect everything they make. I have over 178s by them, not to mention the CDs, 45s and LPs. I love the Andrews Sisters. They did a song in the 40s, I think, yeah. Her bathing suit never got wet, which is a precursor to the famous song Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, but this is way before that. And it's all the reasons why her bathing suit never got wet. And one of them is because she fell in the pool and there was no water. Anyway, what happens to your collection if you die? If I would die right now, like let's say I go out to do errands and somebody kills me in a car accident, unfortunately I have nothing set up, nothing organized as to what would happen. So what I predict would happen is probably my parents would be overwhelmed with this collection. They would probably sell it for cheap to get rid of it. And probably I suspect the buyer would be a record scalper, either the owner of a used record store or a collector who trades and sells, buys low, sells high. He would probably sell the whole lot for a very ridiculous amount of money, but too bad. I hope one day I'll be organized enough to have at least a will or a way of letting certain people check my records first, instead of just having them sold for cheap to just anyone. Last music item, not a vinyl, CD or cassette or reel-to-reel that made it in my room. If I wanted to be technical, I could mention a 78, but I suspect that even 78s are not made out of vinyl, they are made of shellac. I won't mention any records. The only thing that comes to mind is photos of me getting records autographed, because I get a picture taken of me with the artist and the signed record in my hand. So that's, I don't have any photos to show because I don't know where they are, but that's probably the last thing. Either that, or if I want to be, I have a book on Serge Gainsbourg, famous French legend, composer and singer Serge Gainsbourg. Bought this book in yard sale a few years ago. Oh, already? Oh my god, it's 5 years ago. I haven't had time to read it yet, for $2. So that's related to music, and it's not a record. And 15th record in the B section. I have a B section and the new editions also in alphabetical order. Now I might have some other B records here and there in my room. We won't count those because I don't know where they are. But I extrapolated both piles and came to this 15th record, which comes before the Beatles, and it's I think they're from Spain. Yeah, it's a Spanish band, but they sing in English, Barabbas. And I think this is the earliest of their LPs that I have in my collection. It has Woman on it, which is I think it's slightly longer than the single version. I'm not sure. I think it's different because I have the 45 and I have this LP, which is on RCA. Yeah, because their biggest hit is Hijack, which was on Atco Records, I think. And I think this came before. Very good. And 15th soundtrack LP, found this one, the Devil's Angels. So unfortunately it's in duophonic, which is the worst kind of fake stereo out there, but it's better than nothing, and it's an original pressing from 1967. Really cool record. And because I went through my soundtrack section, and because I have to climb on top of stuff to reach it, I pulled out a few more records I felt like showing just for fun that are from my soundtrack section. I have Betty Boop here, made in California, but I bought it in Australia. I also have, this was a great find. I was really proud of this because I like Ralph Bakshi, except for Lord of the Rings. I hate that movie because it's just rotoscope from beginning to end. I hate that film. But I like Fritz the Cat, the first one, not the second one. He made, after Fritz the Cat, he made Heavy Traffic, and I found this soundtrack for like 20 cents because it was like $5 for $1 in a church charity bazaar. Mint, like not a scratch. I was really happy to find this. I also found this in the garage sale for 50 cents a few years ago. When was it? 1999. Found this. I'm glad because it's not the Ventures version that we always hear on the radio. It's the actual original version heard on the TV show by Morton Stevens. Yep, so thanks for watching, and I'm going to make and put up my own first thread.